Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be talking about Liverpool because it is the international break. This is sort of going to be like a Liverpool special, if that makes sense. Not gonna lie, I'm glad it's an international break as a Liverpool fan, considering we lost 3 games in a row. The international break couldn't come quick enough in my opinion. So we're going to go through some things, how I think that things could change, and our upcoming fixtures because they are not looking good. So to start off with, I felt like we needed this break, to be honest. There's been a lot of criticism on the manager. All I'm saying is, if you want to sack the manager as a Liverpool fan, you are quite simply deluded. The thing is, I think we've got so many good players now. I know we had so many good players before, but I think he's struggling to try and put everyone in the same team. But you need to leave people on the bench. Like, you can't have everyone start a game, obviously. I think he needs to drop some players. But the thing is, with dropping some players, you would have to drop some big money signings, if that makes sense. In my opinion, I would drop Wirtz for a couple of games, but also I feel like he needs to play more to get his confidence up, if that makes sense. So I don't really know what is the best option. Like, what do you do in that scenario? Do you know what I mean? I feel like the midfield still isn't right. There's a massive gap between midfield and defence. There's like a massive hole, and then the opposition just run straight through it. Not gonna lie, I feel like the players are probably happy that they're on international break as well, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, I was really glad because that Chelsea game just done it for me, if you know what I mean. But I'm not slot out or anything like that. He just needs to sort a few things out. As it's international break, I was looking at the fixtures coming up. So we've got Man United at Anfield, the first game back from international break. Right, people are saying that we're going to beat them like 5-0 because we've been so bad, and it's sort of like a comeback game, if that makes sense. I think the reason why a lot of Liverpool fans are saying that is because didn't we lose to Real Madrid like 5-1 a couple of years ago, and then the next game we beat Man United 7-0. I think that was a game. If I'm really wrong with that, then let me know in the comments. So people are thinking that this is going to be like a really good win for us. I'm not being negative when I say this. I'm in the sort of mindset where it could go the other way, like really bad, if that makes sense. Like, we've had this 3 games when we've been bad, but not gonna lie, we've been not great all season, to be honest. But these last 3 games, when we've lost them 3 games, we've been really bad. So obviously I'm going to do a preview and a reaction to the Man United versus Liverpool game. Well, the Liverpool versus Man United game, because it is at Anfield. But I think it's going to be a little bit closer than what people think it is. I'm not going to give my predictions. All I'll say is, as well, people were saying last season at Anfield when we played Man United, people were saying that we would win comfortably because Man United was so bad. But wasn't it a 2-2 draw? And that's the thing. Man United, they play very bad against the smaller teams, but when they come up against the Arsenals, the Man Cities, the Liverpools, they always like kick up a gear, if that makes sense. That Man United game could either be we just carry on like we did before the international break, or we actually start clicking into gear. And I feel like we will start clicking into gear, and that's the thing that I would say. I don't think that we will get any worse than what we've been, if that makes sense. Slot's had a lot of new players, and he's starting to build his own team as well. Because I remember last season, it was sort of like Jurgen Klopp football, but with like a sprinkle of Slot. So Slot's trying to figure out with his new players that he signed how to fit it all together. So I'd give it a little bit of leeway. Like I said, people saying Slot out is absolutely ridiculous. I do not understand it at all. How could you literally say Slot out after 7 games? I know we've lost 3 in a row, but he literally won us the league that we've only done twice in the Premier League era. Like, if you listen to them fans saying it's not out, then I don't really know what you're doing. And then after Man United, we've got a Champions League game. Eintracht Frankfurt. We've actually got quite difficult running. So we've got Man United and then Eintracht Frankfurt, and then we've got Brentford, and then we've got Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup. We just don't really do well against Crystal Palace. Do you know, like, Tottenham always beat Man City for some reason? Even when Tottenham are really bad, they beat Man City. They're their bogey team. Like, Crystal Palace is our bogey team, and we drew them. Oh my god. And then we've got Aston Villa in the Premier League, and then we have got Real Madrid in the Champions League. We don't really do that well against Real Madrid either. We've been to 2 Champions League finals against them in the last 7 years, and we've lost them. We beat them last time we played them, but they weren't great last season, if you know what I mean. But that's the thing, Real Madrid can be really bad but then still win the Champions League. Like, do you know what I mean? And then we have got Man City, so our running is quite hard. I would say the only non-tough one there is probably Brentford. So like I said, we've got Man United, Eintracht Frankfurt, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Real Madrid, and then Man City. So it's quite a tough running. Not gonna lie, how bad we've been, I'm glad that we had this international break, like I said, but I would have preferred a much easier running after the international break because of the form we've been in recently. But also, you never know, this running could kick us into gear, because Man City, because they lost to Tottenham and Brighton before the international break, the last international break, didn't they? And then after the international break, I think they've not lost a game or something like that. So sometimes losing a few games and then going on to international break could work in our favour. Obviously, I don't want to lose any game. I don't really know what's going to happen, really, to be honest. Not going to lie, though, I am just looking at the Man United game at this point because they ain't exactly great. But if we can beat them, that could definitely give us confidence going into the next couple of games. Because obviously, they're our biggest rival. So beating them at Anfield with the atmosphere will probably make us better going into the other games, because we've got quite a tough 7-8 games. And also, Slot's been offered a new contract, and there's also some Liverpool fans saying no. I'm thinking, just give him a contract. If you don't give him a contract, say if we win the league this season and you do not give him a contract, he's going to go somewhere else, like a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or something like that, and then we'll all be sitting there going, I can't believe the club didn't give him that new contract. So I say, give him a contract, extend it, because I know he's got like 2 years on it anyway. Extend it for another 2 years and then see how it goes then. If it gets really bad, then you have a talk about it. So that's what I would say about that situation. I really like doing these videos as well, and as it's international break as well, if you want me to do more videos like this, please let me know in the comments. And please, can we get up to 400 subscribers? I didn't realise in my last video I said please can we get up to 360, and I didn't check my subscribers and we were already past that. We were on like 370 something. So please can we get up to 400 subscribers? I would really appreciate it. And please let me know in the comments what videos you would want to see next. So remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!